What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan Reviews, and today we're going to be doing another discussion topic video for The Walking Dead, our daily dead video for you guys. And today we're going to be doing a video talking about kind of my overall death predictions on who do I think is going to be killed off from all four communities: Alecksandria, the Hilltop, the Kingdom, and the Sanctuary, Negan's compound, so to speak. Out of every different community, we did a death predictions video for the overall second half of The Walking Dead Season 7. But this is almost like a advanced death predictions. This is for the all-out war storyline, which will be basically Season 6. And which characters are going to stay, who's going to make it into the 2-year time skip, New Beginning, and who's not. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about here. That's kind of the general idea of this discussion topic video. Basically, all-out war death predictions video, not Season 7 second half predictions video. So this is slightly different. However, I will definitely say that when it comes to these two trade paperbacks of All Out War, man, I am so excited for both of these trades to come together into Season 6, not Season 6, Season 8. This will probably be like the first half, and then we'll get the second half. So it's going to be a really cool storyline, and I can't believe that it's actually this early, because I honestly thought that they could have pushed this to Season 9, 10, 11, like they could have really pushed the Negan storyline, and the pacing is, I would say, going slow enough. So I think it's a great timing for this all-out war to start. Not this half, but Season 8. I think it's a perfect timing. I'm happy that they're taking the pacing a little slower than they should, because then we won't catch up to the comic book series and all that kind of stuff. So that's one thing, but. Yeah, we're currently right now in the TV show. We are in the context of a March to War, and this will probably be the rest of this season. And we'll do a video on this talking about the plot predictions for the second half of The Walking Dead Season 7, second half. And then we might do plot predictions for the future of The Walking Dead television series, so we might do that as well. What trades are going to be in what season, that type of video. So, All Out War, it all starts with Volume 20. I'm not going to explain too much from the comic book series, because these reviews of the trades, they're coming up very soon, actually. This is Volume 20, and I just finished reviewing Volume 18 a couple of days ago. I'll do Volume 19 probably either tomorrow or later on, not on Christmas. I want to do some kind of special video for Christmas. I'm going to do a Christmas, show off, the stuff I got for Christmas, and then maybe also do a room tour again. So I could do that, but I might push that to New Year's, so we'll see. But anyway, getting into the topic now, sorry about my delays. All Out War, guys. So in the comic book series, I am going to say there are some characters that are already killed off in the TV show that are killed off here. So those characters, I think they are going to switch them out for certain characters. And I think there are going to be some, I think the deaths are going to be even bigger in the TV show than they were in the comics. So let's go over kind of each character of Alecksandria first. We'll go over Alecksandria. So we have the Alecksandria safe zone. So we have Rick. However, I do have to say, in All Out War in the comic books, he does get pretty close to being killed off quite a few times. And I almost thought near the end of All Out War that they were actually going to kill him off. And they didn't. So, he's a close one for me, especially when it comes to All Out War. Surprisingly, I do think Rick is close to dying in All Out War. And I think we might actually be scared for him next season. I think a lot of people probably think maybe near the end of the season that he would be killed off. And then they'll probably twist it and not kill him off. But you never know. Like, you really never know. They could change it drastically in the TV show. But for some reason, I think they're going to still stick to the comic book series on how the kind of war went down and how the overall situation went, how Rick won and that type of thing. I'm pretty sure it's still going to go that kind of way, even though there were casualties on both sides. So that's Rick. this is a different one. What are they going to do with Daryl in All Out War? Because Daryl, of course, doesn't exist in the comic book series. I think this is a good time for Daryl right here to really come out of his shell from season 7 first half. Because they could really use him to their advantage in All Out War. And believe it or not, I'm actually going to say for Daryl, I don't think he's 100% safe past All Out War. I honestly think that they actually could kill off Daryl depending on how they do it. I don't want some kind of death like almost like how they killed off Olivia, where it was just kind of they killed the character and then that's it. Maybe a funeral or whatever. That should be a big deal. And I would say that's a bigger death than having Glenn and Abraham die. I would say that. He's bigger than I'd say 2 characters. He's as big as like a good 10, 20 characters worth, I think, for a lot of people. He is a fan favorite. So, because he doesn't exist in the comic book series, I feel like in All Out War, they're really going to change things, and I feel like they are going to kill off characters that we don't really expect. And obviously, Negan wants him back because he escaped. And when he finds out, he's going to try to get him back. And I feel like there's going to be a scuffle, and I actually feel like Daryl could be killed off. Unfortunately, I hope they don't go that route. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did go the route to kill off Daryl. Because it does seem like they're setting something up for season 8 or in the next little while. You can just tell sometimes that he's not around for the long haul. Even though you might think he is when he reunites with Rick's group, it's like, oh yeah, he's there for good now. I think that's pretty much, straight and done. But no, you can clearly tell that something has to be paid. Someone has to pay the price, and it could be Daryl. Yeah. So Michonne, no. I'm actually going to go ahead and say I think she's one of the most long-term survivors ever. And speaking of that, we have a topic coming up of, at least in my opinion, I'm either going to do a top 5 or top 10 most likely characters. I'll probably do a top 10 because there's so many characters. The top 10 most likely characters that are going to survive long-term in Walking Dead, which means they'll at least survive until close to the end or near the end or won't even die at the end, like that type of thing. So we might, we're going to be doing that pretty soon, probably in the next week or so. Maybe getting into the new year we'll do that. So, yeah. And then we have Cawl. I don't think so. I think he's really going to just really get in there and he's going to fight against the Sabers. And I feel like he actually could become really brutal in this war. And I feel like he could really do some intense things from the Walking Dead comic book series and stuff. And especially there's stuff after the time skip, after the 2-year time skip when he's a little older that happens that I'm really excited to see. So we could see the beginning of stuff like that in All Out War and all that. Oh yeah. We also have Rosita. Rosita, she's an interesting question because this is spoilers for the comic book series. She got killed off, a good couple trades ago, so it's been a while now. But could they switch Holly up for Rosita? I initially said it was Sacha, and I'm still going for Sacha. I still think Sacha is taking Holly's place, and I do think she is going to be killed off. And especially because of the Star Trek thing. That kind of proves it almost. But, because you lead role, like that type of, you just can't. They're going to have to kill her off, right? So, at least most likely. So, let's say they somehow do keep her alive. I think Rosita could be another one in there that could take Holly's role. I don't think so, though. I actually feel like she could be a character who survives until her comic book counterpart is killed off. They could kind of have it the same as the comic book. They could. So I'm going to say they're going to stick to the comic books with her. I don't think... Maybe if it's not Sacha, though, I do think it would either be Tara or Rosita. So yeah, moving on to Tara. Tara, kind of the same situation. If it's not Sacha and if it's not Rosita, then she would be like the third one for me. She'd be another one in there that I think would take that Holly death type role that I could picture happening to her. I think it's in between these 3 characters, even though I think it's pretty clear now that it's going to be Sacha. But anyway, if not, I don't know what the heck they're going to do with her. They could have some interesting stuff that they're going to add in for the comic books. She's like Daryl, though. She's not in the comic books. Not really, at least. A rat's kind of the comic book version of Tara, because there's a Tara character in the comic books that's actually a savior. And no, she's not going to become a savior, because a rat is backwards for Tara. I found that out a little while ago. Yeah, that's interesting, by the way. A rat is backwards Tara. So, people were telling me that. So, yeah, anyway, that's cool. But, no, I think if she survives, I think they're probably going to use her to something. However, I think they will kill her off. I'm going to bet for Tara, the longest time I think she could survive, which means the longest I think she'll make it, would be up to like maybe about season 9, 10. So I do think they're going to kill her off eventually, yeah. They could switch her up for the Rosita death, and they could do that, so yeah. Then we, towben, oh yeah, I think they're going to have to kill him off really soon. He's a background character. I feel like it'll just impact it more, and it'll show that it's a war because there's casualties. So I think he'll be a good proof of that. So, yeah. Eric, they could, obviously, yeah, I'm going to say they do, because we have to have casualties between both, and there's a lot of them in the comic books. So I'm going to go for Eric, I think, too. I think they will kill him off. Erin, they could change it from the comic books, but for some reason I feel like Erin, they are going to keep him around. Maybe not for long term, but I feel like they are going to keep him around for a couple more years. Something's telling me that, or something. I feel like he's going to come even more to the forefront than he is already. And he had a lot of time recently, so with Rick and all that. So, yeah. And when he got introduced. Enid, she's with Cawl. No, even in All Out War, I think her and Cawl are just gonna, just absolutely hammer the Saviors. So I think she'll be with Cawl. Him and her make a good couple, I think. Yeah. Are we done with the group of Alecksandria? I think we are. I'm not too sure if we're missing anybody else, but I think that's it, right? Yeah, so, write in the comments if I'm forgetting anybody. But anyway, Hilltop. Maggie, no. If it's one character in the Hilltop that they need to kill off, it's that stupid guy Gregory. Oh, man. So, well, if you read the comics, he dies, but that's way later on. However, I think, something they could do to kind of add to All Out War to make it a kind of more crazier is if they killed Gregory earlier. That would be shocking because you'd think it'd be later. But, so Maggie, no. Gregory, might. I'm going to go for a maybe with him. I'm not too sure. Probably, though, because they could do that. And all the rest of the characters there, some and some, no. That's what I'm going to say. Kingdom, Ezekiel, no. He's too cool, man. We'll have to see what happens with him. Shiva, yeah, we did the Shiva video. They might actually do that. They might stick to the comics because it seems like it's costing them a lot of money. I hope they don't. And I know one of my subscribers, Thomas, the PVC fan, he doesn't want to see that either. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Anyway, so that, and then, Richard, no, I think, dude, that guy is tough. They need to keep him around. So, yeah. And then finally, Negan, no. I mean, it's going to come down. One of them is going to die. No, I think they're going to stick to the comics with that one. Pretty briefly on Negan, I don't think so. Dwight, they could have Daryl get revenge on him. At some points, I think he's going to. At some points, I think he is. I feel like they might hold off on that. But they might. They could do that. So I'm going to go for a maybe for him because I feel like they could change some stuff. But I don't know if he's necessarily going to be killed off because in the comics he's used quite a bit after All Out War. And he starts working with Rick quite a bit. And he's kind of a front runner now. He almost feels like a leader in a certain way. Well, he's the leader of one of the communities, the Sanctuary. So Simon, yeah. I think he's kind of one of those saviors that is bound to die during a big war like that. I feel like they're going to do that. Random saviors. The rest, we don't really know too much. Sherry, what's going to happen with her? We'll see. That type of thing. So, that's the general idea for this death predictions video, guys. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of casualties in All Out War. And I am so excited for this story. Look at these gunfires. And, oh, man, it's just... Oh, it's so awesome. Jesus from the Hilltop, too. No, I think he's just going to go right in there, man. So, yeah, I'm so excited, guys. If you liked the video, please comment up below. Let me know what you guys think about the death predictions of All Out War. Who do you think is going to die? I think Sacha is a definite, and we'll have to see about Daryl. I hope not, man. So, yeah, happy holidays, guys, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.